discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, welcome to the discussion for Mountains of Madness. We just got done playing. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about our madnesses.
Let's go from 1 to...
So, my number 1 was called Foreigners. I speak with an accent. My first accent was obviously Southern, and then my second one was Japanese. That's why I was like, oh. I was like,
are you sure?
I am racist. And then I tried to do German. And then I went back to Southern.
The racist theme, you know. Not that Germans are racist.
So that was my first madness.
So I bet y'all can guess what my first one was. I had too quiet in here. I yell while speaking, and that was it. I just yelled.
I had lurking horror, which is the stupidest thing. It said I need to check before playing any cards. There may be something. Oh, under the table. I didn't look.
You had to check under the table.
I thought it meant I had to double check the card. I was like, that's so stupid. My bad.
That would have been
Maybe
really
if
I would have been like,
the
hand
card
over to my
fully. That might help.
I'm sorry.
I had to reread my number too.
Mine was, who cares? I close my eyes and shrug my shoulders when speaking.
I don't know. I got stuff. So my second one was Howling Mad. I can only speak with the person I'm physically touching. I can only touch one person at a time.
Oh, okay.
That one was hard to do because you guys were frustrating me. So I was like, shut the fuck up.
You were frustrating us. Get out me!
You were attacking us. There was no frustration. It was just violence.
My number 2 was Nervous. I point to which cards to play from my hand, parentheses. I can speak after they're shown, parentheses, but will not put them on the sled. Another player must take them and play them for me.
Oh god.
Yeah. That's why I was so eager to get number 3, and then I got my number 3, and I was like...
Gotcha. What was your number 2?
Mine was my hand not holding cards as a puppet through which I speak during the sand timer. Do not make eye contact with other players.
That's
which
funny.
was bullshit because I couldn't see when anyone was talking to me. I'm like, can I fucking feel this?
You knew when Seth was talking to you, though.
That's true.
That's true.
I was like, oh no!
Alright, and mine was too clever by half. When I want to say a number, instead I say simple addition problem. For example, say 2 plus 1 instead of 3, and I cannot use 0.
Gotcha.
That would be tricky.
It was kind of fun.
I was able to do that one
though.
It was really bad because of, having to throw out everybody's numbers and figure out.
Right.
My last one was actually the easiest.
Okay, so my third one was called Enthusiastic. If someone asked me a question no one ever did, I respond, I have an idea, but say nothing while counting to 5 in my head. Luckily, none of you ever asked me a question that I know of.
God.
Yep. So
yeah, I don't think I ever did.
I think you guys just took what I said as law, and you weren't like, are you sure?
I was yelling an awful lot, so it was like, okay, dude.
It was really synergistic with mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was yours? Oh, you had to talk with the
peanut butter. I keep my tongue on the roof of my mouth. That was pretty hard because I was like, I know it's not stuck.
so moved.
I bet you were just supposed to bite your tongue.
I felt like I was doing a really rude impression.
Mine was can't concentrate. I can never say the type of card. Instead, I say thing. For example, I have 3 things.
Gotcha.
I'm just a fucking cheater because it didn't say I couldn't.
That's true.
So
I got some
you
things.
guys got some things.
And mine was all forests, no trees. When I describe my cards, I can only use the title, not the type or number. However, I understand the type and number of other players' cards. So I guess this is where I found out I messed up.
oh,
Because
like
each one of
rifles or
these,
revolver.
drilling apparatus,
Oh.
radio compass. So I messed up pretty bad.
Gotcha.
We were
But
still
either
kind
way,
of double there.
the way I played it, because I still didn't tell you guys what I actually, like the numbers, so
Yeah.
I waited for you all to say
Oh
what
yeah, I guess I was like, what do you have? See,
That did make it really annoying though.
Right, I've watched.
But I made sure to add your guys' up first and go,
Yeah.
I have.
It made sense.
Yeah.
So
It's a good insanity, but fuck it.
okay,
That was
so
kind of fun.
as per usual lately, what I've been doing, what didn't you like about this game? I figured, like
The color
Fucking
swapping.
color switch.
yeah,
Fuck
that
that
was.
shit.
Oh, it was
think it's-
genius, but it was
It
bullshit.
is genius.
Yeah,
I think it is smart. It just makes more sense because, honestly, here's my gripe with the game. It's like what I like and what I dislike about it. So I guess I'll say what I like about it really quick, and then we'll go back on that. Obviously, the Madness cards, and how there's a plethora of them that you'll only ever get 4 from a deck at a time from each deck. So depending on how many number of players, well, it plays up to 5. But what I don't like about this game is if you remove these, this game sucks. Like, you need these. It focuses so much on the Madness cards that the game itself is actually awful.
Which I mean, like, good
like
thing that is a sole part of the game.
Exactly. Like, that's what makes this game super fun, and that's what made me want to go get it. This was actually the first game I bought at Gen Con. Because I was like, I really want this game. This is actually a well-known designer of board games, and I was like, yes, you have. He made Pandemic Legacy. So sitting here, like, the Madness cards are so fun, but they also make it super frustrating. There's another thing I don't like about this game, but I'll keep talking about that. Because in reality, the game is, hey, we need these certain numbers. If you didn't have the Madness, it's like, yeah, let's just do Simple Addition and just play them. And that's that. But that's what I'm saying is that because the Madness cards are so unique and not even... What's cool is that it does change how you play the game, but it's outworld or otherworld elements coming in.
Right, and not being able to tell each other.
Exactly, you just have to kind of guess, and then if you guess, then you can work around it.
Right. Or try to, yeah.
Yeah, and some of them aren't like, obviously, like, hey, you can't talk, you can't see. Like, mine was just an accent, and I can still talk. This one was... If no one asked me a question,
I just couldn't say a word, but it didn't say I couldn't do anything else.
Right. There are some in here, though, and I've known because I watched a run-through of this before I went to Gen Con. There's some that make players leave the table. Like, they have to run and, like, hide against the wall, and then, like, have to hope, like, what's happening, everyone?
Oh my god.
One in here, during my, that's one I was really hoping didn't come in because it'd be a pain for you guys to get out.
Yeah. My chair doesn't have wheels on it.
Flip the table to get up.
If I had that card, I just wouldn't have a chair, I'd kneel. Honestly. I'd take one for the team.
Right.
Put my chair against the wall.
One in here, whenever I was doing the unboxing, that I thought was a lot of fun, and I was cracking up, is you can only talk to people as you're caressing their face. So, like, you can talk, but you have to be caressing someone's face. So they did a really, really good job with the Madness.
Just talk to him and be like, hey, tell Seth I have such and such.
What?
I can't reach, so...
So, the Madness cards are obviously the best part of the game.
Yeah.
I think.
It's a cute little airplane.
Hey, it came with the game. I was actually very happy.
That's super
because
cute,
not a lot of games like come with this.
I'm very confused why this doesn't have an airplane.
I will say one of my favorite parts of this game is that this part of the timer looks like a little macaroon, and it makes me pretty hungry.
This is my dumbbell. So that's a good segue into what I don't like about this game.
Into macaroons.
That's not enough time.
No,
That's literally 30 seconds.
remotely.
Because I guarantee you that we always went over that time.
Yeah.
Discussing. Because half the time, once we figured out the math, we were like, okay, we got it. And then I looked at it, I'm like, fucking just play the cards.
Because we were making a lot of eye contact when we're looking at the board, and all of a sudden we're looking back over and we're like, ugh.
By the time we got to Escape, I was actually paying a lot of attention to that, and we were doing pretty okay. And then we got to where instead of sliding it down or anything, I was holding it in my hand.
Right.
Like, I figured it out by then. But fucking down here on Coast, when you're trying to add 2 + 4 and it's been a long ass day, 30 seconds is not good enough.
It's really not. And that's the thing is like, and I've heard that as a complaint anyway. Like, I would think a minute is too long, though.
Right.
I don't know, so...
Honestly, I think it's okay. And as a house rule, you could easily set up, okay, no more talking after 30 seconds. Because that still gives you time to lay your cards down.
So, exactly. And speaking of which, this game did a really good job of making it feel like madness.
Yeah.
Because it was so frustrating.
Effective.
Like, from the get-go, when we flipped in, Dalen's like, cards, I got it, I'm good. And I'm like...
Yeah, because even then, I forgot that was
just
a thing.
what's happening now.
Because we have played games in the past where it's like, okay, we know what we have and we lay them down real quick because we're adding them together.
Right.
And you can't do that in this game, so you have to...
So, like, you have to... Yeah, if you had been, like, pickaxes and played it, then it would have been better. You just...
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad at you.
You had the card that you wanted to say what you had, wasn't it?
Yeah, no,
He did play the pickaxes.
I thought it was when he couldn't say what he had.
It was when...
It was
I
early
had
on.
Too clever by half. But I had the exact amount, so I was like, why the fuck say it when I can just go...
Exactly, and then it was like, oh no. That's another thing that's kind of, I think that's kind of fiddly, is playing them over by the leader.
Yeah,
like,
it's
just
so hand cards,
like,
so
in 30 seconds, like, it was like, we play them all to you, and then we're like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, here you go.
Okay, and this is gonna be super minor and very, very stupid. Why are we sitting them on sled dogs when we have a fucking plane?
Yeah, that's.
Are they
no,
carrying
no,
the plane?
No. No. So imagine this as actually the little excerpt at the very beginning kind of explains. During the expedition to Antarctica, scientists have exposed the vestiges of an ancient city of gigantic proportions behind a chain of, to all appearances, impassable mountains. So this is like bigger than
Mountain. Oh, that's why the
Mount.
plane's here.
Correct.
So we have to.
So we are flying from coast to coast, but whenever we land, we're getting out on the sled dog.
So we're literally going from mountain to mountain.
Yes.
Not it's all one
So
mountain.
we're supposed to be explorers.
Yes, yeah, that's what
Okay.
we are, and that's why these are things. So it's us exploring these.
Very confusing, but
these-
the dogs are very cute.
See, I took it
They're
as like
also quite
sections of the
fat.
coast,
See.
sections of the mountains, sections of the
See, I did too.
city.
I still think that we could have, even though, because we're flipping them as we go, I think that we probably should have used the plane as the leader token and then left this in one stack.
Well, I mean, no, because I see what you're saying.
Because we know what
It
block
kinda
we're
makes
on.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess fair enough. I mean,
That's kind of a house rule, however you really
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to.
yeah.
I don't have a problem. That's the same thing as having a first player marker and passing it.
Well,
from
it's
person
just
to person.
really big and it's got stuff stacked onto it and it falls.
Yeah.
And Chelsea's
Yeah,
right, it
yeah.
is annoying because she was getting cards thrown at her and.
Well, that was everyone.
Yeah, well, yeah. But
It was
Like
just
three
you
times
don't have
in a row.
30.
It's
You
very
don't have
stressful.
you don't have enough time to be like.
yeah.
Let me take it over.
But I
Basically.
wouldn't want any more time because then I don't feel that rush.
You don't have that
behind this.
stress. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
It's an unfortunate.
Maybe
necessity.
35 seconds?
There you go.
Can I give you 32?
31.5.
It's just
We
it's
gotta
one of
do-
those things that it's like it's game breaking if you try to fix it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you just have to deal with it. And I would think with more experience of playing the game over and over, it becomes you.
Right.
you-
We got better by the beginning. By the beginning.
By
By
the
the end.
Yeah.
See the madness.
Yes.
You know what? And this could have been just because the way the Madness cards played out. I felt that this was harder than the end game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it would get progressively harder. This screwed us over, and then
I felt like the escape was.
might
I think
have
we
just
got
gotten
lucky.
Very, very
I
we
think
lucky.
we
probably
got
did
it.
with
I
the
feel like
cards
we
that we
did get
happen to have.
lucky.
Yeah.
But I did feel like the escape was
'Cause we did-
super
we-
easy.
Did descend into madness very quickly. So
Well, and
We did.
I got a lot
Which
of
was
low
kind of the-
cards.
for fun more than anything, because we could have easily been rolling and figuring
Yeah,
it
that's
out.
true. That's true. But man, the penalty is so hard. It's so.
very severe.
Because
rough.
if you're like, okay, well, man, your madness really sucks, but I'd rather you not get a different one that could suck even more. The accident causes us we have to play more, because now we're adding 2 injuries, which yes doesn't
And then
inherently
hope that you succeed.
exactly. And then the confident that one just ruins cards that we don't get because like we
Right.
had the 10, and I'm like, why did anyone play that? It did kind of benefit us because there were injury cards in here that didn't screw us over, but that can cause you to lose the leadership tokens, and then the loss of confidence causes you to discard 2 tokens. Not from the game, but from there, but if you
Right.
can't, then it goes to the box. Speaking of which, what do you guys think of the leadership tokens?
Oh, I felt like we didn't have enough.
Yeah, but I do think they were cool.
Bad.
It was a cool concept.
I really like the mechanic.
Yeah.
One thing I did like, even though it felt like I was the one telling everyone what to do, it was still up to the leader to decide really everything that they wanted
Right.
to do.
Right.
You could have been like, we're going to play one to add more time. Yeah, we're going to re-roll the penalty die. Because it's still a co-op game. But if everyone doesn't decide, then the leader's like, no, we're going to do this,
Right.
and that's that. I really like this because, one, if you had too many, the game's too easy.
Right.
But it really made you want to spend these wisely, and
Especially towards the end.
especially towards the end.
Once you
and,
start having to put away the permanent
Yeah,
one.
you're like,
Right.
oh, fuck.
and once you start freaking out on how many cards you actually have left, you're like, okay, we need to rest. Oh, but we're losing out on all that. I really like that mechanic.
I thought it
Yeah, and I
added a
felt
really
like
good
the-
facet.
And I felt like even the number that was there was very appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we ended with 2.
I just remember looking
So-
at them all at the beginning and I was like,
Right.
oh, that's plenty. And then, like,
Yeah.
by the time we're up in the mountains,
Yes,
I'm like,
I
where'd they
I thought
go?
that's all you got for the whole game. Like I didn't realize.
Oh,
yeah.
That's,
Yeah,
I was
resting
kind of
brings
on
them.
that as
Resting
well, yeah.
brings them back, and that's why you kind of want to spend them and then rest when you get
Right.
them. You don't want to be like have 2 in here and then get rid of 1 and only get 2 back. One thing I also really did like it wasn't just going to these tiles and doing this. You also got benefits. Sometimes you got the specimens which you needed to win, which
Right.
sucked to get because it made you not be able to do stuff. It made you have to discard cards, and also made you get a madness, which amped up the madness a lot quicker. But others, you got praise, which allowed you to get leadership tokens back. You got to rest, you got to search, you got to heal.
Is there
The
anything
heal
to-
was very useful.
Yeah, the heal, they have to be in the discard pile to get it though. So
Was there any way to decrease your madness level?
No.
I just realized I never had to do this. Remember when I was like, oh, I'll take it.
No, yours was on reroll
Yeah.
penalty die. We
Never
never
had to
rolled it
do
on
it.
yours.
See?
I never had to add time.
I never did the draw phase
Big
on mine.
risk
I
taker.
never-
Oh no, I never ignored madness, which is another thing we never did. Like we probably could have, like
That'd probably be
Yeah.
good to do in the beginning.
Right.
Maybe
ignore madness to kind of ascend.
Yeah.
And I mean, here's another thing that I never talk about enough. The game's not that long.
No.
Like
How long? What time is it?
10 till 10.
That's good.
So-
I wanted to be done before
I
10.
don't give a shit what you wanted.
So
No,
our neighbors.
it says 60 minutes, and I feel like honestly it was.
Yeah.
If not
It's
less.
fastest 60 minutes of my life.
to go really fast.
I mean, yeah, in all honesty, I really can't think of like anything else about the game except that there is a expert variant.
No. Never.
Let's see. When you draw madness of the next level, do not discard the card you already have. You
Oh,
get the effects
God.
of all of them.
Okay, that might be fun. That would also
Oh,
be
It'd
terrible.
be so bad. We're like, well, we lost, guys. Where'd we go? We're like right there.
See, that's what I thought we had to do. Like when I got that yelling card, I thought I had to yell this whole entire game, and I was already mentally exhausted. I can't do it.
What? I'd have to speak with an accent, touch everyone, and then say I have an idea if asked a quick question.
Oh,
Shantae!
I have some pickaxes.
I have some crates. So that might be fun.
Right.
The only thing is I could see. Do you guys think this game could get stale after a few playthroughs? Do you think
if you
it's
play
not-
it a lot,
Or if you play a lot, I'd
Yeah.
probably be more annoyed at everyone's madness.
Right.
It's no longer whimsical. It's more like just shut the fuck up.
It's not a game I would play a lot with the same group of people.
Right.
But it's definitely one of those, like, if I had a couple of new friends coming over
Yeah. And especially not a lot all at once.
Right, no, if I had
no,
like
jeez, no.
two friends coming over and it's me and her and two friends and we're just wanting to break the ice or get to know
Right.
them better.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a great game for that because everybody's acting crazy, everybody's acting silly, and then I could play it over and over again.
You
that way.
could, but you're talking about people who
I was-
are comfortable coming out of their shell. You're asking
Exactly.
someone to
See, I'm on the same page because I am comfortable.
to stand
with
at
that.
least 10 feet away from the table as possible. I come back when I play cards.
Here, we invited you over to play this board game. Get the fuck away from the table.
Yeah.
See, but no, I'm on the completely opposite end of that. I would not want to play this game with new people.
I wouldn't want to
Like,
either.
I would get so frustrated with them. I would get so
They're like,
annoyed.
what's your problem?
They, exactly, they wouldn't have the brain, like,
you have to be a cheerleader.
If they
At the
hang out again after this game, you know it's meant to be.
You're right. At the start of the sand timer, I give high fives to all other players.
That's awesome.
This one's
Yeah.
I'll only say one because I
We
don't
did
want to spoil
that
it.
at the end anyways.
This one's really funny. It's called Behind the Shed when someone says tool, which is what Dalen would have had to say.
No, I would have not even said tool. I would
some of
have
them say
said
tool after it.
Like,
gas, or no. Drilling
Okay,
apparatus.
but basically that's like when
That
someone
sounds
has to say
sexual.
tool, I shout and then stay quiet until the end of the sand timer. Just fuck, and then you stay quiet.
so I just counted, there's 20 of each.
Okay, so it's like 5 playthroughs.
Right. What I think
Reasonable,
that did bother me was the fact that the tiles are generally going to be the same. There's only one that didn't come out. So for me, I just want more variety. Like
Yeah.
they can easily do just a small box expansion, add more
This
tiles.
could have easily been this way,
Yeah.
and we could have gone up this, and like,
Yeah.
even though it's the same.
But after you playing a few times, like nothing's going to surprise you.
But this isn't really something that you're gonna play 2 or 3 times in a night,
Right.
or even twice a week.
Right.
Like I would
this
see
isn't Dungeons
this.
and Dragons.
Yeah.
Right.
I would see this as like maybe a once a month game, and that's pushing it.
See, I
Yeah.
said maybe in my mind I said this.
It's like I don't remember you saying anything.
I was thinking, I was like, if we were to have like a weekly game night or something, like we usually do something on Friday with our neighbor, I would only maybe pull this out like every other month. If,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
wanted- if
Oh,
it was on the board.
It's just too stressful to do it more often. Which sounds
I mean,
because
but
I
here's
know
the thing.
that's
I
the
had a
intention.
horrible day
No,
at
no.
work.
But here's the thing. This
I would totally play this again right now, though. though. I'm not even gonna lie.
No, I did enjoy the lie. This is in a nutshell what a mechanic is called a real-time game. Kind of. A real-time game is where there's actually a dedicated time limit to playing the whole game. So it's not really that. Like there's a game called Escape that has a 10-minute CD, and you have to play the game in 10 minutes, otherwise you lose. There's a lot of games that do that mechanic. This isn't necessarily that, but it kind of is, because each thing is 30 seconds, and that's it. So with those real-time games, there's always high stress, always, and some people really hate it. Like, I love it. I thrive in that
I get way
stress.
too fucking stressed out. I get so anxious.
You're not the only one. A lot of people in my old game group absolutely despise real-time games.
No, don't get me wrong. This was still fun. I would
Right.
still play it again.
Right.
But to do it like in multitudes
Very-
in short instances,
Yeah.
I need some like vein Xanax or
Yeah,
something.
But that's the thing, it's like,
Just
it's only stress in that moment.
Right.
So
right.
it's like...
I'm like a little like there's like a red cloud behind me at the end of the round. Like,
Just, I mean, because you like real-time games.
yeah, they're fun.
They're a lot of fun, but it's like everyone's yelling at each other all the time, and then afterwards, like, I didn't yell at you guys when the time was up. I'm like, haha, yeah, what the fuck's your
screamed
madness?
in
Piece of
turtle.
shit.
Until I fuck shit up.
Oh.
Oh no. So, I mean, there's really not a whole lot to say anymore on it. Scale of 1 to 10? Scale of 1
Give
to
it like
10.
a solid 9.5. I
Okay.
really like this game.
Okay.
Mine's actually going to be kind of low
Like it's
for
like
what
a
I think it
3.
deserves.
I was
No,
thinking a
it's-
one.
It's gorgeous. I
can I
think
see
the
your phone?
mechanics play well. And I like the madness card, so I do like the game, but
Oh, do you need?
Yeah.
just it's not my favorite thing. I could
He's
see
like
playing
that.
it a lot, and it would be very, very small the amount of people I would. So I'm at like a 7.5.
7.5. That's actually a lot higher than what. Whenever you said low, I was thinking.
Well, it's for how much I enjoyed playing it. The number seems low for
Right.
what
I'm
I would
actually
give it.
while
Right.
you were talking, I'm looking up what this actually has on.
I would give
Board
it
Game Geek.
an 8.5. No one talked about this. This is a beautiful board.
Yeah,
It
this
really
is
is.
gorgeous.
I talked
It
about
looks
it.
beautiful.
Hey, I talked about it in
and
my.
these things.
I don't give a
In my
shit.
unboxing.
And I look just like this dude, like for Rizzle.
You
And
do.
he has a widow's
She's kinda
peak just
adorable.
like Seth, and this girl has red. What? What else?
I think we have the same nose.
You genetic monster.
You fucking freak.
Me,
Hold
me
on.
and
Okay.
Danforth. I think we have the same nose.
You and Dan. Well, let
Yeah.
me see Danforth. That's it.
You know what I
Oh,
wish
shit.
though? I wish the Madness cards
It's
had
pretty- yeah.
art on them.
I know that would be really
For
fun.
what?
But look at the front of this box.
It's very, very
like
pretty.
this is beautiful.
Yeah, this definitely was thematic for what they were aiming for.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
I definitely
as the
think
game
that
progressed
worked.
even more, yes, I felt like we were just getting more and more mad,
Right.
which they did
Well-
a really good job.
Yeah, just
Um,
little.
And even
What?
under these, it's
This girl
all
has
really
eyes just like-
pretty.
What are you giving it a scale of 1
I
to 10?
told you 8.5.
Oh, okay, I wasn't
no one
listening to
listens to me.
That's true. So I'm actually, I'm not going to rank it as high because I don't see this hitting the table that often.
No. Not
Which
even
is unfortunate, and that makes it sound like
We didn't like it.
I didn't
See,
like
that's
it.
what I was saying.
But no, I loved it. I had a lot of fun. And I mean, but it's like, do I feel like being weird right now? Do I feel like yelling? It's like, no, and it's very rare that I do. A lot of times I like to feel strategic and sit and think. And, but it's not going to be as low as yours. I'd give it an 8 at that.
I just get too stressed to get the
Don't
test.
these
So-
look like children?
They really do.
yeah.
See, the thing
They're
is, I
very
think
kind of
most
bring it
people
to, like,
don't
7.
necessarily
But
want to
compared to
yell and
this, I think
scream
it's
and be
okay.
Right,
goofy and be
right.
silly, but this just forces you to. It forces you to have a good time.
It kind of forces you to.
Like,
Honestly, I
Because
was
you're
Like
gonna
at the
find
end,
humor.
looking.
I
But
didn't
here's-
see a single one of you not laugh, smirk,
that's
or
true.
smile to yourself when you read.
That's true. Where it was like, oh god, no, and that's a great aspect of this game.
Yeah.
But we've also been hanging out for a while,
Yeah.
like
Right.
all of us.
Yeah, if
Like-
we hadn't played this the first
Like,
time,
can
I
you
never
imagine?
would have
Like,
back
would
in.
you have been as out of it if I brought Devin over to play this? Like,
Oh
with
yeah,
us?
no, I wouldn't
It would
have
have been a little bit
fucking
weird.
puppeted.
He, as I know him,
He definitely
would be
would.
uncomfortable. He'd probably do great with Kat and I
Yeah.
because he lives right next door.
I think you do well.
But it causes someone who's naturally introverted to become extroverted, which
In the
it
right
was,
situation.
in your mind you're like, yeah, that's great. Introverts
People
would
do
rather
that all the
fucking kill themselves than,
Yeah.
than
It's-
act out.
I honestly, I
Don't
wouldn't play
understand
this with new. I couldn't.
I would. It's one of those things that it's a great game for a select group of people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's definitely party.
Like it's a
Yeah.
party game,
Yeah.
and I have party games, and they never hit my table except for large groups.
I
or
can
like-
do some Iron Mail right now. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's a drinking game.
Get
so I guess
wrecked,
party.
son.
Anyway, so on Board
I
Game
can
Geek,
drink now,
this
so-
came out this year.
There you go.
On Board Game Geek, actually came out
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Yeah.
No, it came out
I thought you were
July.
legit. I'm like,
No, it came out in July. At least that's whenever I got it. No, August. Was Gen Con. It has a 6.5 out of 10.
How dare you?
So
Yeah,
I can see it.
I would see why, but for my personal taste, also,
That's
actually, yeah. What did you say? 7.5.
I said
I'm probably
7.5.
gonna agree with you now. Talking a little bit more. Like, I mean, 'cause that's the thing. No, that's the thing is, don't get me wrong. Like, I've played a lot of games. I'm doing a top 100 games right now. So, honestly, I would say this would make it. This would make my top 100, and I've played like at least 200 games. So yeah,
But the thing for me is there are going to be a lot of people that purchase this and then sit down and play it and hate themselves.
that's true. That's true. If they don't know what this is, like
Right.
you would think by reading the box, oh my god, like it's like an actual exploration on the mountain, and your character has to act, and like no,
Like, there's nothing my
no.
character did. She just sat there and looked pretty.
Yeah, exactly. It was just that how the turn went. There was no abilities.
Right.
There was no nothing.
Jesus Christ! What the fuck is
That's
that?
an albino penguin. So,
Oh my god, it's so cute!
So, if
So
people are coming in
nice.
thinking Cthulhu, they're going to think Arkham Horror, Eldritch Horror, Elder Sign, Mansions of Madness.
I also cannot expect playing this with someone who's 14.
No, I'd rather kill myself.
That's his 14
But no.
plus, straight
right,
up.
right. No, so
I cannot imagine that.
So as you said, people are going to completely expect something different from this game. That's probably why it actually has a lower score, because people thought something
Right.
different was. You have to be in the right mindset. It's a very specific game for, like I said,
Very
people,
target
the
demographic.
group, the mindset you have to be in while playing it, which can ruin games, like absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Like Tiny Epic Quest, we went in thinking something different, and it completely bombed because we were thinking something different. But don't get me wrong, I still had a blast playing, and I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it.
absolutely.
Um,
I would play it again. I just wouldn't play
So-
it.
Also, didn't you describe this as whimsical? It's just a little more
Yeah.
Well,
whimsical.
you said whimsy.
I heard
This is whimsical.
No whimsy.
Yes, it is.
This
Whimsy is
sheer
fun and
insanity.
light.
Yes, whimsy is unicorns.
Yeah.
This was a
Whimsy is
hellscape.
unicorn eyebrows.
I'm gonna look up the
You're gonna look up the
definition
definition of whimsy. It's
of
not
whimsy.
fucking insanity. I
It's
can
not.
tell you
Hey,
that.
I said it's. I wouldn't say this game is unique though. It'd probably
It is-
actually
it
go
is
on
very
my
unique.
top 10 innovative games.
Top 10
um,
musical games.
Whimsical, playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way. Hey, you want to fucking listen to my definition
No!
of whimsy? Whimsical, playfully quaint or fanciful, especially in an appealing and amusing way. Acting or behaving in a capricious.
Playful.
Okay, so
What would you call it?
Capricious mean?
What would you call? Acting or behaving in a capricious manner.
Alright, what's capricious?
Okay. Capricious.
Getting into it.
Capricious. That's not.
It's all
And
fine.
I
Given
was
to
Given
given to sudden and unaccountable changes of mood and behavior.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Okay, that's fine.
I was just gonna say, I was even gonna say in the group chat.
Fucking
I know we're
hell.
sidebarring and bunny trailing, but I was gonna put a unicorn in the group chat, and because that's my idea of whimsy, you know, flowers.
You know what that? You know what that
right.
is called? Fantasy. And
You can have fantasy that's negative.
no.
Alice in Wonderland.
Okay, you bent your head, and I'm not used to that. I hadn't got very
So
I was like,
anyway, but side trail, 7.5 for me. I'm actually gonna agree with you on that. 9.5
I'm
and
giving
then
it a
8.
solid 10.
Okay, well that's wrong. So.
Because you took
So that's that. That's what we think of Mountains of Madness, everyone. If you've played it, let us know what you think in the comments below. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you. Hey everyone, thank you for watching, and I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you want to support us, you can go ahead and click that link to go to my Patreon account. If you have any suggestions, you can go ahead and click the link in the show notes below to go to my Board Game Geek list. Other than that, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful whatever time of day it is for you.